In this tutorial, I'll show you how to convert an image into a vector file using image trace in Adobe Illustrator. We will import an image, I'll show you how to use image trace, and I'll show you how to edit your vector file after you've traced it. I have this practice file open in Adobe Illustrator, and it has 2 images in this file. You can start with any image type, so JPEG, PNG, those work fine for image trace. If you need to import an image into Adobe Illustrator, let me show you how to do that quickly. I'm working on a Mac, and I just have these JPEGs on my machine. Select the image in your Finder window and click and drag it and drop it into your file. You can also go up to File, Place, and place an image into your file. Image trace works really well with simple artwork like logos, icons, sketches, high contrast images like this one. This is simply a black and white graphic. So the way image trace works is it analyzes your graphic and automatically converts it into vector paths. So let's test it out. I'm going to select my image using the selection tool. And I have image trace right up here at the top of my Illustrator window. You can also find it in your properties panel down here. And if you need to find this, you could go to Window, Properties to see the Properties panel. So I'm going to select my image and just click Image Trace. You can see nothing seemed to change here. To actually see the trace and the vector paths, you have this Image Trace panel up here, and this allows you to make some adjustments about how Image Trace outlines your artwork. So if you have lots of colors in your artwork, you can change the amount of colors with the slider. You can also use some presets here or change the mode. We are currently in black and white mode because we have a black and white dog. This is still not vector. You can see I still see this bounding box around the edges. So we need to click the expand button. And I see it up here on my toolbar. By clicking expand, it actually creates vector paths. You can see if I use my direct selection tool and I click into this dog, this now has vector paths around it. And I can actually click into these paths and make edits to the shape. So since I started with a JPEG, it actually had a white background also. You might want to click into that outside shape that it outlined and delete that. So now I just have an outline of a dog. So this was a very simple example to show you how image trace works. But let's go to something a little more complicated. This image of a dog. So this is a photograph. This is not necessarily a black and white graphic. You can see that this dog is sitting on a nice, clean yellow background. So that is going to help with our image trace. If this dog were sitting in a field or inside a house or something and there was lots of stuff behind the dog, it might be a little harder to trace. Let's do the same method we just did a minute ago. Select the image and let's go up here and choose image trace. It essentially converted our photograph to a black and white image trace. So let's make some adjustments in the image trace panel. So I'm going to click at the top here into my image trace panel. You can also find that panel in your properties panel right here. Okay, let's change some of these presets and I can show you what these do. We're on the default right now, but let's just go down this list. Let's start with 3 colors. So let's say we only wanted image trace to find and trace 3 colors in our photograph. That's what it's doing right now. So that's not exactly the result I was hoping. We may need more colors. So let's go up to 6 colors in our presets. That's still not quite enough colors to make this look good. So we may need more colors than that. We can go to this little color slider right here and add colors just by sliding up and down. It's usually best to keep your colors minimal if possible when using image trace because every color creates a whole bunch of new paths. So let's go up to 10 in our color slider. I think we might need even more colors. Let's go up to 20. Okay, so after adjusting our colors, I feel like 20 colors is nice. We get some different tones in our dog. We get lights and darks, and we have this shirt that is still showing the colors of the shirt. So again, this is still not a vector graphic. This is still just a photograph. It turns vector when we hit the expand tool. So click expand. And now you can see if I zoom in here, these are all vector paths. And at this point, we could either remove the background completely by selecting it and just deleting the background. We could also make changes to the background color. So if you select a color, you can actually go up to select, same fill color, and we could turn this background a different color like blue. And there are some different shades in this background, so you'd have to go to each one and make it that same blue. And then you can come in here and make adjustments to some of these vector lines as well. So the more colors you have, the more detail it's going to keep in your artwork. For beginner projects, fewer colors usually creates cleaner vector artwork. This is pretty complicated right here, but it also gives it a really neat quality and looks really cool. So image trace is a great way to turn existing graphics and images into vector artwork very easily. So the next step is learning to colorize your artwork, adding fills, strokes, and changing the colors of your artwork. So in this next video, I'm going to show you how to add color and change colors to your artwork in Adobe Illustrator. If you'd like to try Adobe Illustrator, you can find a free trial link in the description below this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment below, and subscribe to Cry Studio for more design tutorials. Thanks so much.